Hey there. If you're a dog owner here in Williamsburg, then you already know this city is a pretty special place to live with a four-legged friend. So we're going to walk through how to find that perfect training partner. The one who can help you and your dog really enjoy everything this town has to offer.
Yeah, this is all about getting your dog ready for, well, everything. From just a quiet walk around your neighborhood to the lively, sometimes crowded historic streets we've got here.
All right, Section 1, a well-trained Williamsburg dog. So first things first, what makes having a dog here different from anywhere else? Well, our unique environment really does play a big part in what we need to focus on during training.
Living in Williamsburg, you and your dog are going to run into all sorts of things. We're talking crowds in Merchant Square, those costumed interpreters down on Duke of Gloucester Street, and, oh yeah, the clip-clop of horse-drawn carriages. A well-trained dog? They can handle all of that, just calmly and confidently taking it all in.
Okay, on to our second point, defining your training goals. Now, before you even start Googling trainers, this is probably the most crucial step. You've really got to know exactly what you're hoping to achieve.
So let's just pause for a second and think about this. What does your dog need help with, specifically? Are we talking about behaviors that happen inside the house, or is it more about how they handle things when you're out in public? Take a look at this list. Does any of it ring a bell? Leash pulling, jumping on people, barking a little too much? These are really, really common issues. A good trainer can help with all of this stuff. So trust me, you are not the only one dealing with it. And what's really cool is that the type of training can be tailored to your goals. So let's say the problem is your dog going bonkers when the doorbell rings. Well, in-home training makes a ton of sense, right? But if your goal is to have your dog stay focused around other people and dogs, a group class could be the way to go.
Section 3. What makes a great trainer? So, you know your goals. Now let's talk about what to look for in a trainer. Someone who's professional, effective, and, well, kind.
Okay, this is the big one. The philosophy you should absolutely look for is positive reinforcement. Basically, modern science-backed training is all about rewarding your dog for doing the right thing. It's not just about getting results. It's about building a fantastic, trusting bond with your dog.
All right, you're going to see a lot of letters after trainers' names, and it can look like alphabet soup, but these letters matter. They show that a trainer has put in the work, studied, and passed some pretty tough exams. Think of it this way. If your dog is really scared of those horse carriages, seeing something like CBCK, CA means that trainer has specialized knowledge for serious stuff like that. It's a real sign of a pro.
And of course, we've got to talk about cost. That's a real factor for all of us. This chart gives you a pretty good idea of the average rates right here in Williamsburg for 2025. It can help you figure out what a realistic budget looks like, whether you're thinking about a group class or something more one-on-one.
And to give you a specific example, a single in-home lesson usually falls somewhere in this range. This can be a great way to start. You could tackle one specific problem, like, say, keeping your dog off the kitchen counters, or just use it to see if you and the trainer click before you sign up for a bigger package. Now, for anyone out there with a new dog, especially a rescue, this is for you. It's called the 3-3-3 rule, and it's just a wonderful reminder to be patient. It takes time for a dog to settle in and feel truly at home. A good trainer gets this. They'll understand this adjustment period and build it right into their plan for you. All right, Section 4, key questions to ask. So you've narrowed it down to a few trainers you like. Now it's time to chat with them. And believe me, knowing what to ask can make a huge difference.
These 4 questions, they're your roadmap. They'll tell you about the trainer's methods, their background, how they'll work with your specific situation, and all the practical stuff like cost. Honestly, the answers you get to these will give you a really clear picture of who you're dealing with.
And finally, Section 5, practice makes perfect locally. Look, finding a great trainer is half the battle, but the other half, that's you. The real magic happens with the practice you put in between your sessions. That's what makes the new skills actually stick. And the great news is, Williamsburg is full of amazing places to practice. You can head over to Freedom Park to work on off-leash recall, or maybe Waller Mill Park to practice staying focused with joggers and cyclists whizzing by. Even the wooded trails at New Quarter Park are perfect for building your dog's attention.
Just a quick friendly reminder here. Remember to follow our local leash laws. Unless you're in a designated dog park, keeping your pup on a leash, a 6-foot one is usually best, just helps make sure everyone, human and canine, has a safe and enjoyable time.
This right here is probably one of the best pieces of advice you'll get. Don't take your dog straight to the busiest spot in Colonial Williamsburg to practice stay. That's just too hard. You start small, in a quiet place,
Build those skills, and then you gradually work your way up to the busiest spots. It's all about setting your dog up for success.
So, what's it going to be? Which new skill are you and your dog going to tackle first? You know, with the right trainer and some consistent practice, your dog can be that wonderful companion you can take anywhere, strolling downtown, relaxing on a park bench, or just happily saying hi to the neighbors. I wish you the best of luck on your training journey together.